Yeah, in the short term, what would be your main goals, say from like a year from now?
Well, I know it's kind of hard to say. It's hard to say a year from now. I'm hoping that we're going to at least be out on the road and that we're going to be at least well known within the, say the tri-state area. But I'm sure things will pick up a lot bigger than that if all goes well. My all-around goal is to just, you know, every musician's goal, whether they'll admit it or not, is to be able to make a living off their music because, you know, why wouldn't you want to make a living off of doing what you love to do? But, you know, my main goal in my life is I just want, you know, not so much to be known by the world, but I want the world to know who I am just because I want to share my gift that I've been given to the world. You know, and I want everyone to know.
And helping bring that gift right now, is you can somewhat hear in the background, Airstrike, is our producer Steve Wolf from the Twin Cities math metal band This Will Not End Well. What has it been like knowing him and having him produce your debut?
Steve's one of the greatest guys I've ever met. He's a good inspiration on me, and he's for the band, for Shattered as well. He's probably one of our, I'd say, probably one of our biggest inspirations because he, you know, he motivates us. He gives us hope. He's told us that he thinks that we're one of the few metal bands out there now that can actually make it all the way. So that's a big, that alone is, you know, a big boost of confidence, you know. So that's what kind of keeps us pushing. You know, Steve's an awesome fucking guy. He, you know, if you don't know This Will Not End Well, check them out. The most brutal fucking band you'll ever hear. You know, I mean, they make Slayer look like a bunch of turds. I'm not even kidding.
They're also one of the funniest bands around as well.
That too. Such names like Cain killed Abel because Abel was a bitch. And
in 3 parts.
In 3 parts. And All American Cum Dumpster. That's a great one. Five Finger Donkey Punch. Yeah, the list goes on.
Oh, yes.
He's a very creative man, and he's really brilliant. Steve, you kick ass. You're a good friend, man.
And speaking of the Twin Cities metal scene, is there any other bands in the Twin Cities that really inspire you and that you love playing with?
Oh yeah, plenty of them. There's, oh god, the Filthy Cheaters. They're kind of like Misfits. Check them out because they're just. It's real rock music, and you know, it's not about sex and doing drugs and partying. It's all about just, it's about what real music's all about, you know. Tears of Ash, they're a great metal band out of the cities. I'm very inspired by their guitarist Nick. We kind of feed off of each other anytime we play shows together. American Gothic, you know, they're Pantera on steroids. They're gonna make it someday, and it probably won't be long. They're just insanely awesome. Of course, This Will Not End Well. It's not my kind of music, but the way they do it, it makes me really like that kind of music. It makes me appreciate, you know, like what they do is not easy at all, and you know, any band can make a 3-chord song about getting pussy and, you know, become famous or whatever, but, you know, real musicians, to me, it's like, that's kind of the pussy way out, you know. They're just staying brutal, keeping it real, you know.
Yeah.
And they're a very awesome influence on us also from the cities.
If you could put together your dream tour involving Shattered, who would also be on the bill?
Let's see. Megadeth. Dimebag was still alive. Pantera. Metallica. Iron Maiden. Children of Bodom. Fucking 3. That's kind of too hard to really say because there's so many great bands that I would love to play with or would have loved to play with, you know.
kind of on the same page, if you could just think of one guitarist that you could take one lesson from, who would it be?
Look, you got my balls in a vice on this one. It would be a toss-up on Dave Mustaine, because I mean his solo riffs kick ass, but not just that, just his rhythm riffs in general. He makes some of the best rhythm riffs. Like he makes rhythm riffs that are like lead riffs, but the rhythm, you know, his riffing is fucking magical. That, or I would have to say Dimebag Darrell, because he's the metal god, you know. Those two, I would say.
And if there's one last thing that you would want the world to know about Brian the Beast Vadnais, what would that be?
Fuck. Fuck, man, I don't know. Just, well, if I had changed the question a little bit, if I could tell the world a few things of inspiration, would be never give up on what your dreams are, you know, that whole fucking thing, you know. Be a follower, or no, be a leader.
Be a follower of Shattered.
Yeah, be a follower of Shattered, thank you. Be a leader, not a follower. Don't do something because your friends or someone else wants you to if you don't feel that it's right to do. You know, pave your own path in life, because that's the only way you will ever fucking succeed in life, is to just be your own person. When you try to fit in, it never fucking works, you know. And to me, being that guy that just wants to fit in with people, it's, you know, I know so many people like that, and they're lost in the world, you know. They're good people, but you know, you can just tell they're lost, you know. Just be who you are at heart, you know. Follow your heart, you know. Follow what your conscience tells you.
All right. Thank you for taking this time, and
Fuck yeah.
enjoy recording the rest of the Shattered album.